C3 AI shares surging after topping fourth quarter expectations with revenue up 26% from a year prior. The AI software company also renewing and expanding its joint venture with energy technology company Baker Hughes to continue to develop AI solutions for the oil, gas, and chemical industries. Joining us now, Tom Siebel, C3 AI's founder and CEO. Tom, great to speak with you. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to start on that partnership because this is something that I have been asking you about for years because investors wanted to know if that partnership was going to continue. What went into those conversations and how did you get that deal done?
We've had an important strategic alliance in place with Baker Hughes since 2019. We've extended, I think, 4 times until now. So, I mean, it's been extended, and now we extended it for another 3 years, both in term and scope. So, I mean, it was a natural thing. I mean, it's a great partnership. We've closed, I think, over $500 million in revenue together. We've expanded into, Shell, ExxonMobil, LyondellBasell, Flint Hills Research, ENI, Petronas, Qatar Gas. So it's hugely successful. And I think that the speculation that somehow this wasn't going to be extended was candidly kind of silly.
Tom, good to hear that you're doing better and glad to hear that you're back out there traveling, and sounds like you've got an action-packed schedule, both speaking with some of the leaders in Washington, D.C., as well as just trying to get a sense of the pulse of the businesses that you work with closely. Outside of Baker Hughes, what are you hearing from some of the decision makers for big deals in the perhaps scrutiny for spends that they're facing right now within their corporations?
Federal government business is huge as they embrace commercial off-the-shelf solutions for enterprise AI, and be it FDA, be it Health and Human Services, Defense, Intel. I think we just announced this morning another expansion of our Air Force relationship. I think it's almost now approaching $500 million in business just for that contract. State and local government business is huge. Manufacturing, supply chain, banking, life sciences, enterprise AI is a very rapidly growing market. And this is being reflected in the increasing growth rates for C3 AI. 2 years ago, it grew 6%. Last year, it grew 16%. This year, top line growth was 25%. That would make it, I think, one of the 5 fastest growing companies in the public software universe.
Well, Tom, the stock is still down about 15% year to date, but I wonder if we can talk a little bit about some of the headwinds that are facing broader AI giants right now, especially when it comes to export curbs, which obviously came up on NVIDIA's earnings call. What are you seeing in terms of how any export controls might be impacting demand in the sector?
Well, first of all, our situation is a little bit different than NVIDIA because we haven't done business in China ever. And we've made it a strict rule not to do business in China. We don't do business in Russia. So we just kind of don't do business in bad places. So export controls have had, to date, no impact on our business.
I understand that, Tom, but I'm curious about, Jensen Huang said it himself, it's leaving $50 billion on the table. Do you see a world where we start to see the AI market in China heating up and then companies like yours can't take advantage of that potential revenue stream because of export controls?
No, we made a decision independent of the United States government to not do business in China. We made that decision in 2014. We knew this story would not end well, and so we feel very comfortable not providing our technology to the People's Republic of China.
And so making the decision not to do business in China, but we know that the administration has also talked about tariffing cloud computing and even IT services, which is something that it sounds like would impact some of the applications that you are able to power through other partners around the world. What are you hearing from the elected officials in your talks with them, and how are you also going to bat for C3 AI that investors should know about so that you're not seeing any type of tariff on your own applications or services?
Well, I'm in Washington, D.C. today, as you know, talking with the United States government in many aspects, but there's been no discussion that we've encountered that it will affect our ability to provide our technology to our customers, be it in the Middle East, be it in Europe or South America. So we've seen no discussion that affects our ability to sell. I think it does affect chip manufacturers. It does affect NVIDIA. It does affect others, but I've heard nothing that will have any effect on us.
Would love to be a fly on the wall in some of those meetings. Tom, thanks for taking the time here today.
Thank you.